Greetings everyone, this is the Valley from North, bringing you the 9th Age 1.0 Sylvan Elves Armor Book review. So I have already made a review together with Hell's Legion, covering the Infernal Dwarves and that awesome book. But now it's time to go back to the roots, to the main army, to Sylvan Elves. There hasn't been any changes since 0.99, so I won't go in too much on like stat lines and stuff like that. I'll just go through the units, talk about the synergies I see, or the problems, or the good stuff I see when I read this book. So yeah, armor-wide rules. It's same as before. We get our tree. Every tree on the board is considered dangerous terrain. Still a really good rule. Rares to spirits is kind of new, from 0.12 or something like that, right? You can have maximum 3 Tree Fathers and or Tree Father Ancients. Up to 6 in a Grand Army and reduce to 2 for a Warband. So yeah, that's to hinder the tree spam. So special rules: Forest Walker, same as always. Stride the Forest. Reroll to wound rolls of 1 and +1 to channel, more or less. Master Archers, same as before. You can choose arrows. Everyone except the Black Arrow and the Hawthorn. Tree Singing, not the same for me since it took away the path attribute. That was kind of why it took that. Still, you could probably use it. D3 plus 3 inches to move the force is kind of... It's better than D3 plus 1 at least, just to position your forest. But it's situational, and I don't think we're gonna see too many tree singings in a tournament army. And Boulder and Boss, same as before, stubborn within a forest. Armory, Fey Arrows. Yeah, same as it's also been. Black Arrows, Hawthorn. Black Arrows are Sylvan Archers only, and Hawthorn are for the Sentinels. Then True Mark, Starlight, Perforating, and Jewel Weed. Those are all for the Waywatcher thingy. Shapeshifters, even. I don't know. Yeah, Pathfinders. That's Pathfinders. Impelling Roots. Yeah, still pretty good. They nerfed down to D6 plus 1 hits. Strength 4, Strength 5 is within a touches of forest. You can march and shoot, ignore sweet modifiers for cover, quick to fire. So yeah, basically the only modifier you will have is for multiple shots and long range, so it's still usable. Then we have our weapons: Sylvan Lance and Sylvan Blades. Light lance and paired weapons with armor piercing, and then the Elven Cloak, which only can be combined with light armor. This is a kind of big thing, just to ruin your characters running around with that nice 1+ save. Over to Kindreds, same as before. Must admit, I'm a bit bummed about not having any Kindred for like eagles and dragons. Now, why the hell would you take a lord on a dragon now when you can have a wild hunter on a stag or great elk, or on even an elven horse with a gazillion attacks for much less points. So that's kind of sad, but we'll see what happens in the future. Still only 1.0, so anything can happen. Other than that, all the same. Force Guardians, Blade Dancers, Pathfinders, Shapeshifter, Wild Hunter. Pretty good price, I must say. Yeah, for what they bring, they're actually pretty good. Maybe... Yeah, the Wild Hunter may be a bit too cheap. Yeah, of course we have to get Frenzy, but if you know how to play it right, it's not really a disadvantage. But 25 points on a hero, that's really good. I'm loving that. Aspect, same as before. Entangling Vines. Most real successful rolls to hit against the target with this aspect, so it's pretty good, pretty solid. Toxic Spores, same as before, pretty solid. That lethal strike is something that really comes in hand in a Sylvan Elves army. Too bad it's only 12 inch range though. That's gonna mess things up. Scarred Bark, all riots in the same unit as the bear gain Hatred. It's good, but it's 40 points, kind of much. Oaken Crown, for those Tree Spirit armies, can give you get your musicians to standard bearers and battle standard bearers. Entwined Roots for thicket beasts only. +1 strength, so to go up to strength 5 is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good. Magic items, Sails Bow Viscan. I would have loved to see armor piercing on that, so that it would be as the old Sisters of Twilight, one of the old bows. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I haven't actually tried it. So yeah, Sacred Spear of Cadron. This one I actually like a lot. +1 strength, loving that. Sure, it's not multiple wounds 2 anymore, but for 30 points at +1 strength, and if you have it on an elven character, you probably have a pretty high initiative, and you're gonna strike probably first, and his whole unit gets distracting, and that's really awesome, actually. I'm loving that. Bourbon Blade. +1 armor save, maximum 2+, +1 weapon skill, and multiple wounds 2. Still pretty good. Mods on foot only though. It's a lot of points for a lord. I mean, 60 points. That's kind of hard, but yeah, it's pretty. It can be devastating. Hand of the Wild Hunt. Loving this item. +1 weapon skill, +1 attack. On the turn in charge. Plus that it's actually a helmet, so it's +6 armor save. So that one is really nice, especially combined with 100 Kindred. It's just insane. Fireblight Pennant. Negates any strength bonuses from either magical or mundane weapons. Never tried it. Suppose there's a use for it. Mistwalker Mirror. One use only. Let's see. Yeah, you can teleport another forest terrain feature on the game board. This is also kind of situational. Mostly there actually is a forest and you have your own forest on the tournament. The problem is it's not often that the forest is empty. So yeah, it's a really fun item. It could be used together with Sacred Seed, of course. But one is kind of like one is only together with Sacred Seed. That's still 70 points investment though. But you could actually, with the right timing, you could change your game with that. Hail Shot still awesome as always. Drums of Canyon. Actually loving this. One is only, doesn't matter, for 25 points. Absolutely. Blade as a Kindred only. That it gives even one more use to the Blade Dancers. One of my favorite units. Especially against those gun lines. I mean, you just charge them in and you force them to declare hold as charge reaction. They can't flee, they can't do shit. So yeah, that's actually a really good item. Then we have Armor's Banner, 25 points. Bears unit gains fight and extra rank. That was 25 points. Well, sure, you can put it on a veteran standard bearer or wherever. Since we lost that rule from our Forest Stalker. Forest Prince, same as always. Really solid. Still elves, so toughness 3, but other than that, really solid. High Druid. As every caster in the game, they're pretty expensive, or every lower level caster. But still good. Yeah, put it on a unicorn or actually on an eagle or on a horse or a dragon. Yeah, you can do a lot of fun stuff with that. It's a lot of points though, as I said. Three Further Ancients. Let's see, they do not start as a wizard, right? No, you need to pay 40 points. So yeah, it's kind of a point investment, but you have a really durable wizard. Yeah, and also the Avatar of Nature, kind of expensive. I mean, they cost as much as a Kadim Titan from the Infernal Dwarfs, and I do believe that Kadim Titan would kick the Avatar's butt anytime. too bad, but yes, that were true. Still kind of tough though. Against the right opponents, it's gonna break face. Heroes, chieftains. Your generic elf hero, still really good. Loving all the choices. Great web spear, Sylvan blades, Sylvan lands. Kind of a horse, a elk, or an eagle. Now I would have loved to have the wild huntsman Kindred actually working on a character on an eagle. That would bring a whole nother dimension to the Sylvan Elves. Now too bad that it can't, but that doesn't mean that a chieftain on a forest eagle is useless. It's absolutely not. It's actually really, really usable. Druids, your generic hero leveled magician. You can take 3 singing on everything we have for 15 points. And it's also a bounce spell. I don't know if it's worth, maybe it could be worth for 15 points. If you have those 15 points over, yeah, why not? Then we go to the Dryad Matriarch. So the Dryad has Hatred by herself. And for a 40 point upgrade, she will give Hatred to a unit of Dryads. It's really good to have. You can make her level 1 wizard for 20 points and a level 2 for additional 45 points. So, and you may take an aspect up to 50 points. So, Dryad Matriarchs, they're really good. Really, really good. Same with Thicket Shepherds. Yeah, solid. 4 wounds, substance 5, strength 5, skill 5, initiative 4, 4 attacks. And you can bring in an aspect. Yeah, to have that Thicket Beast kind of Death Star is still really hard to kill. Still really good setup. Character mounts. Yeah, the ordinary horse you can do max position 5+ for 10 points. That's also awesome, except for it doesn't work on Wild Hunter. Too bad. Great Elk. Still a war beast, but with the Wild Hunter Kindred, you actually get the Great Elk to be light cav. So that's really huge. Sad thing, the only thing with the Great Elk, if you have it in a unit or something, is that it's gonna be kind of easy to shoot out. Unicorn, now on a cav base. Actually pretty nice. Too bad it's not fast cav. That would actually have been really awesome. I need to check one thing. Oh yeah, Elven Horse or Great Elk only. Crap. Yeah. Yeah, if the Unicorn still movement 10, but yeah, that fast cab would have done so much for this model. Forest Eagles, you can upgrade into Lightning Reflex and Armor Piercing. That's pretty nice. And we have our Dragon, same as always. All round 6s. Strength 6, Stamina 6, 6 wounds. 5 attacks, Wolf Skill 5, Initiative 3. Initiative 9. Yeah, it's a dragon. So over to the core, Forest Guards. Now, I was not a big fan of them taking away Bodyguard from the Forest Guards, but I do kind of buy it, since it's actually a core unit. They're still really good, though. I do not think you're going to lose combat that often. Every time I use them, they have just wrecked face. Especially if you have a character in them to just boost them up a bit. And here's the new thing. I can take a shield on them, and you may exchange the spears for Sylvan blades. So you can actually have like small combat blocks of 10. It's even 15 models. So 15 models for 105 points with additional with Sylvan blades. 2 attacks each. Short strength 3, but armor piercing. Yeah, it's 100 point. I mean, why not? Maybe. Flankers. Sylvan archers, they're really solid. Just more or less auto include. Now the thing is with the Sylvan Elves is that they're not as much a archer army as they were before. I mean, sure, you can take a crap load of archers and spam, but if you want to play that maximum ballistic skill shooting army, I would actually suggest to go play Highborn Elves instead. Their shooting, sadly, is better than ours, I must say. But that doesn't mean that our shooting is bad, because it's absolutely not. The Sylvan archers are just awesome. Yeah, solid. You can move and fire without penalty. Armor piercing on long range, strength 4 on short range. That with the ability to walk gives you 35-inch reach for long range and 20-inch reach for short range. Yeah, they're just awesome. You can have maximum 50 armor, but yeah, 50 will be enough. Heat Riders, they actually do have different roles now. You can have it as a character bunker or character delivery bunker, as a wizard bunker. You can have them as ambushers or just as generic medium cav. There's still going to be strength 4 armor piercing on the charge. You can give them 4+ armor save if I'm not mistaken. Light armor, and you can take a shield. Yeah, exchange longbow for shield. Yeah, they have normal longbows, but they can't take any of the Fey arrows. So those longbows, I don't really know how useful they actually is, but yeah, I'm probably gonna run with a shield. Just to give them 4+ armor. Just run around 90 points. You can actually use them as chaff. It's core. Or you can take ambush on them. 19 points model ambush. Just kill those war machines. Dryads, solid as ever. Mythic Skirmish, max 15 models for 30 points. Unless you're playing a forest-themed army, I would really say take Skirmish, because they do excel on it. I mean, together with a Matriarch that gives them hatred, sure it's a bunch of points, but the Dryads by themselves, they're pretty cheap if you look at their stat line. I mean, strength 4 times 4, initiative 5, 2 attacks, movement 5. Give hatred to that, and their 5+ ward save. Yeah, they're really strong, really strong. And special. Now, our special, I must say, is really awesome. I mean, it's so many good things, or so many fun things I want to try out here. First of all, as I said before, Blade Dancers, that's my favorite unit. One of my favorite units. I have had them in every list I've played in 9th stage so far. I believe, and it's because they're just awesome. Yeah, Sylvan Blades, Forest Walker, Lightning Reef, yeah, they're your elite elves, but with the dances, I mean, you get 3 attacks per model. If you have +1 attack, you can take 3+ ward save. If you're standing in a forest, you can hold almost anything up at least a turn with them, with the 3+ ward save dance. Enemy units in base contact with model cannot use parry. That's kind of, I thought it was a unit. Yeah, enemy units. So that means as a flanker, Blade Dancers are probably one of the best options you have. Just for that crucial combat, yeah, you can dance of bedevilment, fear, because it's fear, so -1 leadership on your enemy, and you can make him not receive any rank bonus. So if there is a big combat and you know your opponent's not gonna be steadfast, then just throw them in there, have that dance, and break them. Other than that, to just kill off chaff, or even just do damage in a flank, +1 attack. I mean, they're gonna be this is strength 4 with 3 attacks each. Yeah, they have so many uses, great utilities. Loving the Blade Dancers. Forest Rangers. I've actually have a game and tried them out, and they hit really hard. They do. They're pretty cheap as well. 11 points for a strength 5 armor piercing, and they are also bodyguard. Yeah, really, they're actually pretty solid for that point cost. I would say, loving the bodyguard thing. I'm gonna take a magical stand up to 50 points. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 ranks of these with the Amber's banner. Yeah, you can have 30 in a unit. They're still, yeah, this is kind of solid. Wild Huntsman. Now this is probably the best killers we have in our armor book. I mean, they're just insane. With the 3 attacks on the charge, strength 5, armor piercing. Yeah, they wreak face on almost anything. You can give them Vanguard for 3 points a model. Kind of much, 3 points. And since they're friends, yeah, I'm not sure I would take Vanguard on them actually. Shield for 3 points a model, making them go up to 31. Could actually be worth it. I mean, a 4+ armor save is way better than a 5+, right? So yeah, Wild Huntsman with shields. Great choice. Now, Kestrel Knights, because those monsters are so freaking cool. Loving the whole idea of Kestrel Knights. So yeah, they do have longbows still. They still cannot take Fey arrows. I don't actually like them to have some kind of special shot or something, since it's so few. Maybe like a really tiny bolt thrower thingy, like strength 4, multiple wounds 2, wherever. Just saying, it would have been really cool. The change for these, if you haven't watched the Sylvan Elves too much lately, is that they've gone down from 3 to 2 wounds. And all the armor is actually optional, so at 40 points a model, that's actually pretty nice. Since you have Fly 9, the Dryad has been given Devastating Charge, your Fast Cav. So one model is gonna punch out 4 attacks on the charge, and 2 of them is gonna be Strength 5 armor piercing, and 2 of them is gonna be Strength 4 armor piercing. So that's actually pretty good, I must say. May exchange longbow for shield for 2 points. That's probably a solid choice. 4 points a model for light armor. Yeah, it could actually be. If I have 3 of them, skirmish. That's also great survivability when it comes to shooting. Loving to have skirmishing models. Can even take magical standards. Are pretty nice. You can have a unit up to 6 models. Yeah. Since they're special, Kestrel Knights are actually really useful now. Both as War Machine Hunters, definitely. Chaff Killers, definitely. Flankers, definitely. They do have enough punch to actually do a difference now, I must say. Would be nice with the Kestrel Kindred to be able to have a character in that unit. Yeah, that would be so awesome. Oh, the glory. So, Armor Book Committee, if you're listening to this, for the next update, whenever that's gonna be, please make a Kestrel Knight Kindred. Just for the coolness of it. Rule of cool, always. No, but yeah, Kestrel Knights actually really solid. Try them out. I've tried them a couple of times now, and they always do the job. They're actually really good at assassinating characters as well. If you have this little bunker behind the enemy line somewhere, you can just go up there, make the charge, sacrifice the unit, but kill the character. Yeah, they're really good. They have many roles, and I really like that. So yeah. With the Thicket Beast, as solid as ever. They are really strong, especially to combine with a Thicket Beast, Thicket Shepherd is called, right? To give them +1 strength. When that's strength 5, toughness 5, 3 attacks each. Bring a block of them. they're gonna be freaking hard to kill. Stubborn enforced even, so yeah. A lot of synergy there between a tree list and Path of Nature. Just to get that spell, so it counts there in a forest, and it'll seem stubborn. You still have the reroll ones to wound. And you have a crap load of attack, strength 5, armor. It's also armor piercing. Oh, besides that, it's bodyguard. You don't even need to be in the forest anymore. You just have the character. You can just march up and wreck face. They'll hold against freaking anything. So over to rare. Now I need to actually come with some critique here. I'm not too psyched about having both Sylvan Sentinels and Pathfinders in rare. Pathfinders are really expensive. I mean, 23 points a model. That's really much. 14 for Sentinels with Hawthorne points. I would rather just put them together, make Pathfinders be able to choose Hawthorne points, or make them. You can choose your freaking Fey arrows for 2 points an arrow or something like that. Because as it is, I'm gonna come to that later. The weakness of this book, I'll come to that. But yeah, I do understand why they put some Sentinels in rare, since you could just spam them in special, which kind of broke the game a bit. Pathfinders. Yeah, they're pretty good. Still, I said, really expensive. I really like them, but I've actually never got any good use. They've never done their part. Yeah, sure, if you get the true mark shot, or what it's called, really good against like small skirmishing units. Skink's gonna die like crazy. Too bad people gonna play like 100 skinks, but whatever. And also like skirmishing wizard bunkers, you can just annihilate them if you have some Pathfinders. The armor perforating shot, I'm still not like, it's only strength 3 and it's only -3 to armor save. Yeah, so those 1+ knights, 1+ armor save knights still gonna have a 4+ armor save. And you won't have that many turns of shooting, so they will probably not kill enough knights to equal the point cost of the Pathfinders. That's what I believe. So it's a bit shame, but yeah, they can still be good at situations. I'm not a big fan of them right now, mostly because I don't. For those points, I would rather buy something else entirely. Yeah, enough said about that. Forest Eagle, still our best friend, best freaking chap in the game. Take at least 2 every list you do. They're just awesome. Briar Maidens. I've actually tried them out, and with the new reduced point cost and with the reduced point cost of champion, you get for 165 points to actually get a conclave with Luminous Bolts and Curse of the Wildwood. Now Curse of the Wildwood is just awesome if you're playing Sylvan Elves. Just hinder your enemy to come forward. If you're in close combat, you get -1 to hit. It's just a really good spell. Luminous Bolts kind of saves up what we have lost in shooting. You get this magic missile, which is actually really good. 2 or 3 d6 strength 4 hits. Really nice, and also the attributes from Path of White Magic. You get the counter. Still, you can only get 1 counter on a per unit. You can have more than 1, but it's still actually pretty darn useful, I must say. Tried it out one game, and I must say I was really enjoying playing White Magic. So yeah, Briar Maidens, they could actually do something now, I believe. still, to just have them as monster killers, nah, I don't think that's viable for 21 point model, just to get a light troop that can run forward and shoot poison. Instead of taking Sylvan Elves that can stand at freaking 30-inch range, even 40 if you take skirmish on them. Oh, they are skirmishers, so yeah, they can march 10 and shoot 30 inches after that. So yeah, Sylvan Elves, Sentinels are your true monster killer. Too bad for that they do not have armor piercing though, since most monsters actually have a 3, 4, or even 3 plus innate defense. So they're gonna save a lot of those poison attacks. But yeah. Then about the Tree Father. The rarest of spirits. The rarest of awesome, I would say. Yes, as solid as ever. Yeah, sure, you need to buy Imperial Roost for 20 points. Could actually be worth it, I must say. Bone Spell Tree Singing. I don't know about that though, maybe. Yeah, if you go with the themed army with the forest and then maybe if you know it's gonna have some force on the table. There's still D6 strength 5. I would have loved to see some kind of attribute from it though. That would just make the spell. But yeah, other Tree Fathers are really solid. Stubborn and crush attack. Still 5 attacks at strength 6 and toughness 6 with 5 wounds with a 3+ in it defense and 5+ ward save. For 215 points, I don't think you'll get much that actually beats the Tree Father. So yeah, they're really awesome. And that's about it. So I'm gonna just go through. Oh, look, they even made it wrong. D6 plus 1. People, do it right. Go through some stuff and some issues and some good stuff that I think about Sylvan Elves right now. And as always, I think we have this. It's been so for several editions now. Our big weakness or our big counter is high armor and monsters. And I still kind of hold firm to that thought and to that opinion, because sure, we have some stuff to handle monsters, but it's not even nearly enough, I must say. And against high armor is just a bitch to get through as with Sylvan Elves. All those 1+ armors, yeah, sure, you can charge in some Wild Huntsmen with strength 5 armor piercing, giving them 4+ armor save. You're probably not gonna. Yeah, if you're up against like King of Equitaine, or however it's pronounced, those knights are gonna survive that one charge, and it doesn't matter that they're strength 3 when they hit back. You're gonna die because we're freaking glass cannons. So yeah, against high armor, I would love to see at least one more option against high armor. Mostly because I do think we're gonna struggle a lot against armies like that. I mean, even Empire, they're freaking. Even with 3+ armor save, with 2+ armor saves and 1 up armor saves, yeah, it's hard to get through. A bit too hard in my opinion. But I don't know. It's my opinion. I may not be right, but yeah, I do stand firm to that. And also monsters. I mean, most monsters are toughness 6. We're probably mostly gonna have maximum strength 5, wounding on 5s with. Yeah, sure, probably a lot of attacks, but probably not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough to kill a monster. Then of course, yeah, monsters is not as high an issue as high armor. But the highest issue is, of course, monsters with high armor. I'm talking like Demon Princes and stuff like that. monsters with toughness, stuff with toughness 6 and good armor save. I mean, come on, how the hell are we gonna kill that? Soren Ancients, looking at you guys, motherfuckers. But yeah, that's the weakness, I believe, and also every army that actually gets to hit us back. I mean, other elven armies, same initiative, ballistical shooting. We do not survive that much against shooting at all. Against magic missiles, they're just gonna jump right through us. We do not have the save to actually handle enemy archery whatsoever. So yeah, that's maybe not an issue. It's our weakness. We're not that archer army anymore. We are the more like Blitzkrieg army. We charge in multiple charges. We just annihilate whatever we can as fast as possible. We reform and we do the same to next target. And at the same time we're holding our opponent occupied elsewhere. That's how I have changed my playstyle to play them in 9th Age, and especially since 0.99. And with the archers as a fundamental and also really good choice, but not as the backbone of the army, more like really good support. I do play a lot with Wild Huntsmen because their damage output is insane. Their weakness is the frenzy. They're easily kited, so I use all my archers to first off kill off all the chaff so you can chaff me away, and then just go berserk. And they do excel at that role. And even also when you've killed the chaff, yeah, you can even pick out a elite unit and start to shoot at them, or you can even move forward a bit, get into range with the enemy's war machines and try to shoot them off. Actually works. You do roll those 6s to wound pretty often, I must say. So yeah, it's still a really good army, especially with the character. The character customization we have now is awesome. With the Kindreds, we do have really strong characters, and yeah, the only thing I want to see is that some kind of kindred, or make wild hunters, make some kindreds available to characters as on an eagle or even a dragon, just to give, not to give them an edge, more to give Sylvan Elves like some uniqueness compared to other armies or other elves. That would have been awesome, but still, yeah, our characters are really good. You can easily fit in like 2-3 hero characters, combat spec to hell, riding with some either Heath Riders or with Wild Huntsmen, or hell, even Briar Maidens. Just smash through most stuff. So yeah, I'm actually really excited of playing Sylvan Elves now. I had a bit of a bit of a dip when it comes to Sylvan Elves. Just in the wait for 1.0, knowing what I need to focus on and stuff like that. If you follow my channel, you know my new project now is actually building a Infernal Dwarfs army. But for those of you that want to see Sylvan Elves, do not be worried. I do have everything from the Sylvan Elves book painted up and ready, and I will play with Sylvan Elves more than Infernal Dwarfs probably, and I won't even play Infernal Dwarfs and backtrap it until I have a fully painted army, and that's gonna take quite a while, I believe. So yeah, that's my views of the Sylvan Elves. As always, go to 9thage.com where all the magic happens, and stay tuned for more Bat Reps and 9th Age content. Thank you for watching.